वारीच्या परंपरेचे बीज होणारे कुटुंब आणि साक्षात शिवत असणारे निवृत्तीनाथांची समाधी, आदियोगी शिवाचे स्थान त्र्यंबकेश्वर, आदिशक्तीचे स्थान वणी हे क्षेत्र, त्याचबरोबर क्रांतीचा जय जयकार घोषविणारे शिक्षणाचे बीज फुलवणारी कर्मवीरांची ही नगरी, त्याचबरोबर व्यासपीठावर पाठीवरती हात ठेवून फक्त लढ होणार हे साहित्यकारांची जन्मभूमी, आंबट गोड द्राक्षांचे फुलणारे मळे, अशा या भूमीत आपल्या सर्वांचे मनपूर्वक स्वागत. धर्म, स्वातंत्र्य, साहित्य, संस्काराच्या या भूमीवर राज्यशास्त्र आणि लोक प्रशासन परिषदेचे 39वे अधिवेशन म्हणजे एक ऐतिहासिक घटना. या घटनेचे आपण सर्व साक्षीदार झालो आहोत. आज या बीज भाषणासाठी या ठिकाणी मंचावरती आसनस्थ झालेले आहेत बीज भाषण करणारे लियाकत खान सर. मी आपल्या सर्वांच्या वतीने त्यांचे स्वागत करते. आता स्वागत आणि सत्काराचा कार्यक्रम आपण पूर्ण केलेला आहे, त्यामुळे आपण इथे अधिक वेळ न दवडता सरळ कार्यक्रमाला सुरुवात करूया. अध्यक्ष डॉक्टर पी.डी. देवरे सर, माजी अध्यक्ष राज्यशास्त्र व लोक प्रशासन परिषद, त्याचबरोबर सध्याचे विद्यमान अध्यक्ष डॉक्टर प्रमोद पवार सर. या सभागृहात आदरणीय सर्व प्राचार्य, उपप्राचार्य आणि परगावून आलेले सर्व लोक प्रशासन आणि राज्यशास्त्राचे अध्येता, अभ्यासक, प्रेमी, या संमेलनामध्ये आपल्या सर्वांचं स्वागत आहे. मी आदरणीय डॉक्टर लियाकत खान सरांना विनंती करते की त्यांनी या सत्राचं कार्यक्रमाची सूत्रसंधी स्वीकारावी. त्याआधी डॉक्टर प्रणाली जाधव यांना मी विनंती करते की त्यांनी सरांचा परिचय करून द्यावा.
Thank you, ma'am. And good morning, all of you. I would like to welcome all the dignitaries, delegates, on the dais, off the dais, and all other participants. For this session, we have very dynamic, enthusiastic, and academic personality as a keynote speaker. It's my pleasure and honor to introduce him on this occasion. I warmly welcome Honorable Professor Dr. Liaquat Khan sir on the behalf of KKW Arts, Science and Commerce College, Pimpalgaon, Baswan. He is working as a professor in Department of Civics and Politics in University of Mumbai. His areas of interest are strategic studies, international relations, geopolitics, Eurasian studies and West Asian studies. He is working as a member of Board of Studies. Examination 2020 in the subject of International Relations and Area Studies, New Delhi. He has completed 2 minor research projects. Books and many chapters in various books have published. He participated and presented almost 91 research papers in various international, national conferences, seminars and workshops. Apart from presenting research papers, he has chaired some sessions, delivered keynote addresses and inaugural lectures. Above all, I am very proud to announce that Dr. Khan has received many prestigious awards, such as he received the award UGC Teacher Fellowship for completing PhD under 10th Plan UGC New Delhi in 2004 to 2006. He also received International Visitor Leadership Program Award to visit United States of America on the subject of National Security and Media in August 2009. The words are not enough to express his academic glory and achievements. Only the sky is the limit for him. Thank you to one and all. Thank you, sir.
धन्यवाद मॅडम. यानंतर आज या ठिकाणी उपस्थित असलेले डॉक्टर पी.डी. देवरे सरांना मी विनंती करते की त्यांनी माजी संमेलनाध्यक्ष जेवढे इथे उपस्थित आहेत त्या सर्वांचा सत्कार करावा.
या ठिकाणी आदरणीय डॉक्टर प्रमोद पवार सरांना विनंती करतो की त्यांनी प्रथमतः डॉक्टर पी डी देवरे सर यांचा सत्कार त्यानंतर मी प्रमोद पवार सरांना विनंती करतो की माजी संघटनाध्यक्ष जमादार सर यांचाही आपण सत्कार करायचा आहे. त्यानंतर माजी संमेलनाध्यक्ष आदरणीय भोसले सर यांचाही सत्कार प्रमोद पवार सरांनी करावा अशी मी त्यांना विनंती करतो. आदरणीय नायकवाडे सर मागील वर्षी संमेलन करणार त्यांचं संमेलनाध्यक्ष. त्यानंतर मी पवार सरांना विनंती करतो की आदरणीय डॉक्टर विलास आवारी यांचाही आपण सत्कार करावा.
खूप खूप धन्यवाद सर. यानंतर संमेलनाध्यक्ष आणि बीज भाषण माननीय डॉक्टर लियाकत खान सरांना विनंती करते की त्यांनी आपलं या ठिकाणी बीज भाषण करावं.
आदरणीय व्यासपीठ प्रोफेसर देवरे सर, पवार सर आणि सर्व माजी अध्यक्ष काय सर बसलेले आणि खूप सिनियर टीचर लोक माझ्यासमोर पण बसलेले त्यांच्याकडून मी खूप काही शिकलो आहे आणि खूप काही जे विद्यार्थी आहेत आणि त्यांना पण खूप काही आयडियाज त्यांना द्यायचे आहे. नॉर्मली मी खूपदा क्लासरूममध्ये बोलताना नॉर्मली असंच बोलत असतो की व्हॉट इज एन आयडिया. मी आयडिया इज समथिंग विच कॅन सॉल्व माय प्रॉब्लेम ऑर युअर प्रॉब्लेम. जे काय प्रॉब्लेम आहे जर माझी ती आयडिया सॉल्व करू शकत असेल तर ती आयडिया विफल आहे. ही जी आजची जे बीज भाषण आहे जसं मिस्टर सरांनी मला म्हटलंय की अर्ध्या तासामध्ये सर्व संपवायचं आहे आणि आय ट्राय टू डू द बेस्ट. कारण काय जे पुस्तक मी लिहायला सुमारास एक महिना घेतलाय आणि यू हॅव टू कंपाइल देम इन हाफ एन आवर. दिस इज अ रियल डिफिकल्ट टास्क. पण तो मी ट्राय यासाठी करणार कारण हा जो एरिया आहे ही जो एरिया घेतलाय इंडिया ग्लोबल राईज हा काय इकॉनॉमिक राईज नाही. that has to be understood. आणि हा पर्स्पेक्टिव्ह आहे. So it cannot be an assessment on the base of the numbers. Numerical assessment नहीं है. This is where you have to look at to what C.H. Carr was initially writing when he wrote International Relations Between Two World Wars. जेव्हा दोन महायुद्ध झाले त्याची जे पुस्तक त्याने काढली that became the backbone of what international relation is. आंतरराष्ट्रीय संबंध त्या पुस्तकामधून सुरू होतो. And that is the reason why you have to keep on reading those particular ideas. There he also makes की त्या महायुद्धामध्ये झाला काय. त्या दोघे महायुद्धामध्ये दोन खूप मोठी गोष्ट होती. एक तर जर्मनी आणि दुसरा देश होता जपान. हे दोघे राष्ट्र they were forcing other states to obey what they wanted. आणि त्याच्यामुळे ते वर्ल्ड वॉर झाले. आणि तशीच काहीतरी ट्रान्झिशन सिस्टम आता उभारती and that is happening where on one hand America is there and on the other hand China is there. का हे दोघे कंटेस्ट करतील आणि हाऊ दे विल कंटेस्ट. जसं एक फॉर्मर नॅशनल सिक्युरिटी ॲडवायझर होता आहे तो but he has been moved out from the advisory board. He also was a National Security Council's member from Mr. Shiv Shankar Menon. And he says, a country without a strategy will not serve the purpose. आपण जेव्हा आपला डोळा जेव्हा उघडतो, you need to have a strategy. You need to have a policy. And whatever is the policy, when it comes on the ground, it becomes a strategy. आपण जे काय बोलतो policy has to be oriented towards what my plans are. आणि तशी भारताने पण एक पॉलिसी आखली. And where what we have a moral responsibility to see the world has to solve the problem. जे पूर्ण जगाचा प्रॉब्लेम आहे ते भारताने तो त्या वेळेला घेतला आहे. The first basic problem was anti-colonialism. Anti-colonialism and anti-imperialism was the basic understanding of how India would go further. And in order to prove that particular understanding, Nehru, Gandhi, all the leaders of the season were talking to each other, talking to the Europe, talking to the Americans, that India has to be something called when we say it has to respect not only the religion but also has to respect international scientific inventions. Scientific invention जी idea आहे, जे युरोपमध्ये, अमेरिकामध्ये जे scientific invention होते, it was exactly opposite to what religion does. Religion is more of a traditional base, a norm base, a rule base, whereas sciences are fact based. Sciences are some proven discoveries are being shown, and automatically the state has to run, and that is how the whole idea of secularism was born out of this particular thought. It is not just on one issue of religion, but it was also of scientific thought, of scientific temperament. कारण खूप काही राष्ट्र जर गॅलिलिओने म्हटलं की the earth is round, there were huge communities which opposed him. But if you want to oppose, you have to prove what are you opposing. And India took a stand. The Indian leaders took a stand that we need to be scientific oriented, we need to be science oriented, we need to go closer to the science. And that's the reason why secularism on the base of scientific temperament was taken care by the leaders. The second very interesting agenda was what was the international community thinking under that particular line during the 50s around. It was again that what will happen to the world? The world is divided into two power blocks. America and Soviet Union. In those power blocks मध्ये divide झाली. So what should we do? आपण कोणाचा भाग द्यायचा आहे, and that is the reason why Pakistan as a state did went onto the American bloc. But India did not take that particular stand. भारताने जो stand घेतला असेल, we went to non-alignment as one of the most important agenda. And what was that non-alignment agenda was not to support any of the blocs, but also take support wherever required. जेव्हा आपल्याला गरज पडतील आपण त्या कंट्रीकडून सपोर्ट घेणार, but आपण एकच ब्लॉकची like we are not going to make an agenda of that block. And that is the reason why India was able to secure not only that territory but also the region. भारताने तिसरी जी मोठी कामगिरी जी केली, and that is where there was a very two important professors called our AP Apodharai and Professor M.S. Rajan. These were very prominent professors who were basically trying to say that what has India achieved by non-alignment? What is India doing by saying that we are non-aligned? We are trying to preserve our territorial integrity. Territorial integrity means we are also trying to suffice. Like जेव्हा आपली जेव्हा घर जेव्हा टूटतात तेव्हा what is the boundary? What is the state? ही ह्याची जी संकल्पना आहे that has to be understood. That has to be very clear. त्याच्याबद्दल आपल्याला जर पुढे जायचं असेल तर we have to be very clear on to getting territorial confirmation, and that is the reason why we can progress. If we are not having territorial integrity, आपली जर टेरिटरी बांधली प्रॉपर नसेल तर आपण इकॉनॉमिकली डेव्हलप करू शकणार नाही. And And that is the reason why non-alignment was very important. Apart from that, immediately the 50s pilot, like around 46, 47, there was Afro-Asian conference before the establishment of the state itself. Afro-Asian conference. Why I am saying this is because the thought, the whole idea here is to see that India after getting independence survives. Because मी एका आमचे मित्र सकाळी म्हणत होतो की युरोपमध्ये ही पैस लागली होती की भारत 5 वर्षांनी तुटतो की 10 वर्षांनी तुटतो. And that's the reason why it was very important for the leaders to see that India succeeds as a territorial state. It does not fragment, and that is the reason why the leaders were successful in getting this particular idea. Now, if you look at the structure, there was one very important thing which happened in 1974. सर्वांना माहिती आहे की आपण we went to nuclear test. आपली nuclear test झाली. But we also have to understand that immediately after the test, आपल्याकडे sanctions आहेत. And who were putting sanctions on us? The sanctions came from America. There were around 300 industries were obligated not to go to India for any kind of investments. This was the position in 1974 onwards till 1990s. That we were under sanctions, we were blocked, we were not allowed to have any kind of technology, no knowledge serving, no capital investment, nothing came. All this capital investment, technology, labor, everything went to Southeast Asian countries. Everything went to China. 76, the first economic reform happened with China because India was not in a, because the European and Americans, they दोघांनी आपल्यावरती बंदी आणली. And that was very severe. Why it was so severe? It was because they thought that India had an idea. India had an idea to the world that it will not go and fight with any of the states. भारत कोणासोबत लढाई करणार नाही. India will not have nuclear weapons. India will not go with the nuclear states. But what happened in 74? They had gone for nuclear test. So this annoyed the Europe. This annoyed the Americans, and they took a stand that now India is in the race of nuclear, so we will completely ban their technology. We will completely ban their know-how. So what happened? We had a neighboring region for West Asia. West Asia had an oil boom in 76 onwards till 1990s. There was an oil boom. Oil and gas was supplied. So India at that particular time, although it was sanctions, but we got a lot of support from the West Asian countries. We could procure a lot of oil. आपण खूप काही तेल आणि गॅस साठा आपण तिथून घेऊ शकतो. आणि अपार्ट फ्रॉम दॅट आपले लोकही तिथे कामाला जाऊ शकतो. ह्यूज नंबर्स, इट वेंट अराउंड something around 10 lakhs to 20 lakhs people who moved in the West Asian countries from 1980s and 90s. The skilled laborers, unskilled laborers, all were allowed to move, and that became a support system due to the sanctions. जेव्हा आपल्याकडे ban and sanction होतं तेव्हा that became a support system. The third thing also which happened, which we also have to understand, that it is not only West Asia, but it is also Soviets which understood our agony, our problems. What was our problem? That since it was banned, since India was under sanctions, and Americans and Europeans were not giving us any capital flow, no labor, no technology, no know-how, it was Soviets which gave us the technological know-how. It is the Soviets that they provided not higher capital, but they provided us the defense equipment. They gave a lot of concessions in military industrial complex productions. The military industrial complex productions was there in America, was there in Europe, but we only could get from Soviets. Now I also want to make you more interesting. Interesting in the sense, somebody was asking me in the morning, India is now having a lot of privatization, and this privatization will actually destroy the Indian state. I said this was a this was a logic which was done during 1950s also. When Nehru at his first cabinet sent his first team to Europe and America to get support. In 50s, he sent the first batch to see how the Americans and the Europeans आपल्या सपोर्ट करू शकणार का, कारण एव्हरीवेअर देयर इज ऑइल, आमच्याकडे ऑइल नाही का, डज इंडिया हॅज ऑइल. तर त्यावेळेला दिस वॉज अ व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट सिच्युएशन. देयर वॉज अमेरिकन लीडरशिप, द युरोपियन लीडरशिप said India is a state which doesn't have private industries, and if there is no private industries, there are only government controlled industries, and so we don't deal with the government industries, we only deal with private industries. If you could privatize your industry, we are happy to invest. This is what they are saying in 20s. Today we are in 2020 to 20, and here we have a position where the country's economy is already taking a leap. Leap मतलब in athletics you have hop, step and then the leap, the third jump. Because you have a strong speed मतलब जब अपन पढ़ दो, you can have a big leap. So India is right now in a very big leap. Why it is in a very big leap? You also have to understand why. The reason is we are of 1.4 billion population. Apart from being 1.4 billion population, we are also having one of the youngest population, and that youngest population is also going to have an ecosystem. Ecosystem मतलब everybody is depending on to the other source. Like for example, I was telling somebody that जब शेर जब जंगल में शिकार करता है तो बाकी सब लोग ईद मनाते हैं. Why? Because everybody is celebrating whatever the lion or the tiger has killed, because he gives the food to all, he provides the food to all. That is the reason why he is being required into the jungle, because if he is not there, the food will not be provided to the jungle, so the animals will automatically die. So he is the ecosystem. The same way in international economics, in international politics, in international relations, today India is in a system where no ecosystem would go forward without India, because they have to. That is the reason why 1.4 billion population, which also tantamounts to you have demographic dividend, youngest population, because that youngest population also provides for the third biggest GDP oriented economy. You are approaching third. Right now we are in fourth. We are approaching third largest economy. Once you approach to the third largest economy, that means you are crossing 5 trillion economy. Sorry, I just forgot. This is how you have to look at it. Because again, one of my teacher used to tell, काय दिया कर तू काय इंटरनॅशनल रिलेशन शिकवतोय without maps. Map दाखव. Maps are the fundamental ideas where you will see how without India doing any job in South Asia, it cannot be successful. India requires to be successful, and if it requires to be successful, it has to play an important role. We cannot leave Pakistan on to destroy itself. Even if Pakistan is destroyed, but we have to make Pakistan stand on its own feet. The reason is we don't want a messy situation like Afghanistan, which was there in 79. We require this. We require a stable state. We don't require a terrorist state, but we require a stable state whereby the economy will survive. We also have to see there are two connective areas. One is Afghanistan, which connects to Central Asia, and then you have a place called Myanmar. Sorry, this is global forecast. This is South Asia. One connectivity is from Myanmar, which goes towards Southeast Asia. If you are having proper bridge with Myanmar, you can have proper inclusion of Southeast Asia. If you have a proper bridge with Afghanistan, you will have a proper investment in Central Asia. Central Asia is again one of the biggest hub of oil, of gas, of nuclear material, of fertilizers. जे आपण पूर्वी आपण वेस्ट एशियाकडून घेत होते, which can also become one of the most important economies if India concentrates into this area. This is what is Southern Asia. Afghanistan on one side, which is connected to Central Asia. Central Asia, मतलब तर it is Kazakh, Uzbek, Tajik, Turkmen. Turkmen is again a gas, what I say, a gas balloon which has supplied gas to the world. That's a huge resource. Like today, Russia is fighting a war. It is not fighting on the currency. It is fighting a war on resources. It has huge resources. That's a money. I won't be able to give you $. What Russia says, I won't be able to give you $, but I can give you how much oil that you want, how much gas you want. I can provide you that. You have resources. You don't take money from me. Money would not be your agenda. Your agenda should be resources. Because if India has to pass on that 5 trillion economy, we have to jump into that particular oil and gas procurement. If India is not able to procure huge oil, we will be able to produce lot of transportation, lot of connectivity, lot of electricity, and since it is lot of electricity, you will also have the benefit of getting lot of advantage. And this is again what I was saying. You have take a close look at what is Central Asia. Kazakhstan producing huge amount of oil, which also supplies oil to Russia. If you have, it is also supplying oil to China. It is also supplying oil to a lot of European countries. So Kazakhstan becomes one of the most important game changer in the region. The same way you have other countries like Uzbekistan. That is again a swing country. Swing country in the sense that it creates a lot of noises in Central Asian countries. So you have to go closer. Now again there are other places like Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan. Then you have a state like Turkmenistan. So these are the 5 states which next year India will become the chairman for Shanghai Cooperation Organization and also take the benefits. Once you go closer, you will come to know how benefits can be shared. Because we also require, if we want to go above that 5 trillion economy, we require to have a lot of resources with us. Because that resources will convert into the population, and then population will give you a lot of outcomes. That is the reason why we say that resources will be the game changers into this particular section. You again have a region called West Asia. West Asia comprises of around 22 countries. Now these 20, not all the countries have oil and gas. But if you look at the smaller countries like UAE, Bahrain, Qatar, Oman, Kuwait, these are small countries but with huge resources. And to the amount of 30 lakh people are staying, Indian people are staying into these Gulf countries, and they are transporting a lot of foreign exchange to us. So you can play a lot of game changing apparatus. You are getting instruments to play the games. So why don't you play the games? And if you want to play the games, Gulf countries are one of the best areas where you are going to play the games. Because they require, see, for the last 30 years, they have been after Europeans, they have been after Americans. Now they have started turning towards the Indians. Why are they turning towards Indians? Because they have a very important idea where they were supported by the Europeans. They were never supported by the Americans. Now it is a turn for India. What to do? Will India also support the economy? Will India also? And that is the reason why ज्या देशामध्ये विचार पण करू शकले नव्हतो, they have opened up with lot of temples. They have started building temples. What does that mean? That means they are opening up their economy. That means they are also opening up their society. Now once you open up the society, you are trying to enter into a lot of activities. Slowly, these areas, like you have a small population, but a huge fund, huge capital is there with them. Like I have been told, like I had visited Indian Council of World Affairs at Delhi, and there I could meet a lot of Gulf countries people, and they were saying that we will establish lot of storehouses for you. You can give 2 storerooms to you, and you can also give 3 storerooms to us. That is the amount of gas and oil which they wanted to support. Because they cannot keep oil and gas because they don't have enough amount of storehouses, and that is the reason why this again could become a game changer. India, if India has to rise, it has also to contribute to this production. After West Asia, you have there is a huge misnomer that what can Africa can give to India. African countries are भारताला काय देऊ शकतात? It's a region which is unexplored. It's a region which is where right now the economy is moving to the amount of around 4% is a growth rate, and they also after 20 years they will also rise, and then when they rise we also are supposed to be with them. So India, Africa region has to go together, and there is huge potential with the African countries. Here I am talking of around 54 countries. It's not one country, it's of 54 countries, and some of the countries also have not only oil and gas but also can provide you fertilizers, also provide you a lot of cement, also provide you a lot of resources. Lot of resources also means lot of money which is going to flow, and these people do not have enough technology. For them, technology from Europe and America is expensive, but technology from India and China is very cheap. But they have encountered with a lot of problems with China, but they have very less amount of problems with India, because India does not take labor when it goes for the projects, but China does take labor when they do the projects, and huge projects are right now employed in Africa. Africa is again a diamond's paradise. Hireji Khan, like in COVID, I know lot of diamond merchants were bankrupt because they were not able to take diamond from African countries. Africa has lot of nuclear sites also. Lot of nuclear material is there, but they are not member to nuclear. What is it? Nuclear supply group से member पण नहीं, a nuclear system पण नहीं त्यांच्याकडे, and that is the reason why they are not into any of the supply group of nuclear material, and that is the reason why the Europe and the Americans have kept them out. But India can very easily play a game and enter into huge market of Africa. Africa is also a boon. Africa is also not only boon but also a region where India can prosper, because they still are looking for technology. They are still looking for knowledge, and this knowledge can only happen if we are able to share them, and thereby the mutual respect will drive the game, because Africans are really hungry of the mutual respect. Because they were racially targeted, they had anti-colonialism, they had anti-racialism. So all these bad games which earlier Europeans and Americans had played, today they are in distress. They don't want these countries to come. They are forced by these countries. So they are happy. They would like to they would like to contribute to this particular area. To look at why India is talking of demographic dividend. Now, when we say in the morning, I was discussing with one of your teachers, and he was saying, see, all colleges will be privatized, all universities will be privatized. Yes, they are going to privatize. But for whom are they going to come? They are going to come for us, because in their universities, in Europe, in America, they do not have people to come to colleges. They do not have people to study into their colleges. They don't have Europeans don't have people to go for universities. That is the reason why they are now coming to India. And that is the reason why we are trying to shape our policy in order to adjust them, in order to acquaint them. And this can only happen when we try to inculcate those ideas. As further I was saying that if you look at the new education policy also, we are trying to change, but all this will happen on the ground. It is going to happen onto our ground. It is going to happen with our people. And slowly, no matter what the government thinks, no matter what the government does, but people will be harnessing onto the rise. पूर्वी काही लोकांना बिर्याणी भेटत होती, आता ते सर्वांना वाटायला लागले. They have started giving it to all. Why? Because government is unable to do. That is the reason why Europeans and the Americans are coming to the Indian industries and having one-to-one talk. They are not involved with governments. Like I could see in G20 also. What are we doing with G20? We are opening the doors. They are not talking to the governments. They are trying to talk with the people. They are trying to build institutions away from the government. So you are giving the chance, and within that G20 also, that one member EU is not one member. It's a member of 27 members. Like how we think as one head. That's it. 27 countries heads which are involved with EU. So when we talk to EU, it is not one. It is 27 countries. So each country has a voice. Each country has their advantage, and thereby they would like to play the game of their advantage. It's not a game of our advantage. It is a game of their advantage. That is the reason why they have been pushing. G20 has to be successful, and then we are going to open up with all kinds of criteria. So when we look at the picture of Africa, Africa really gives you a lot of advantage, and thereby if we have to see like आपण Europe we will sending our exports. Why don't you start making an exports to Africa? You won't be getting huge money, but you can have barter. You can have their resources also. तिकडचा रिसोर्स आपण मागू शकतो. तिकडचं जे काय प्रोड्यूस आहे ते आपण घेऊ शकतो. बिकॉज आता जे काही मुख्य जे पैसे आहेत ते आफ्रिकामध्ये गुंतवणूक करणार. They are going to invest in Africa in large numbers, and that is the reason why these countries are important. If you can go further, here you have one more map which I wanted to show you. Now this is an open map which is without borders. Why without borders? This is where the social media is playing. You do not have control of the borders. You are openly, liberally operating with the ideas. Whatever ideas is being surfaced by Europe is being seen by you. Whatever ideas put by the Americans is seen by you. But whether your ideas are going to their heads, whether your concepts are going into their systems, whether your success stories are heard by these people, you really have to look at these particular situations. Then you also, as I was saying, like without saying, we will not able to understand 27 countries. When we say European Union is 27 countries, each country has a very dynamic role. Each country is very dynamically playing. Like when I say, जेव्हा आपण फुटबॉल खेळतो, प्रत्येक प्लेयर इम्पॉर्टंट असतो फुटबॉलमध्ये. एक तो फ्रंटला पळत असतो, एक बॅकीला असतो, एक तो गोल धरतो. Here the whole Europe is playing that dynamic game, and each while saying they say we are European Union, but when they come down they are individual countries. They are having bilateral trade also, and they are also saying that we are European Union. So the states are very fragmented. Like I just share with you one anecdote which happened last month. We had a discussion on Russia-Ukraine war in the department. And we had a professor who visited Nordic states. Now I know Nordic states is Finland, Denmark, Norway. These are the Nordic states. Now the first countries to be affected after Ukraine is Finland. Why? Finland is basically a country. So Finland एक असा देश आहे ज्याच्याकडे 70 ते 80% टुरिझम होतो. आणि कोणाचा टुरिझम? रशियाचा टुरिझम. Russian people go there when they have huge winter, when they have huge जेव्हा त्यांच्याकडे खूप बरफ पडतो तेव्हा ते इथे येतात. So Finland cannot survive without Russia. But daring Pahang, America wants Finland not to go to Russia, and that's the reason why they are saying Finland will join the NATO forces. They will join the NATO countries. In spite of knowing, त्यांना हे पण माहित आहे की आपण जर नॅटो जॉईन केलं तर रशियाला तो आवडणार नाही आणि रशियाचा टुरिझम पूर्ण बंद होणार. रशियन टुरिझम नाही तर त्याची काही लाईक दे विल नॉट बी एबल टू सर्वाइव देअर ओन फूड. लाईक लुक ॲट टू द सिच्युएशन सम ऑफ द कंट्रीज बिकॉज युक्रेन वॉर इज हॅपनिंग देयर इज नो व्हीट. लाईक हाऊ कॅन दे सर्वाइव विदाउट व्हीट? Ukraine was a country which was supplying huge wheat to Europe, to Africa. So today Africa and Europe both are in trouble because Ukraine is not supplying wheat. That is one of the most important thing, and that is we have to understand that India's rise will not be just accomplished with economics, but India's rise is also accomplished by political leadership. Political leadership is going to play a very important role. Like for example, पूर्वी आपण असं भीत होतो वेस्ट एशिया सोबत की if we go very close to Israel, the West Asian countries will not support us. They will be angry. ते आपल्याशी चांगलं बोलणार नाही कारण आपण इस्रायलचे चांगले रिलेशन ठेवले. Look at the situation. Even West Asia has understood that without India we cannot go. So when India goes very closer to Israel, Israel is also going very closer to India. Look at the situation. Those days ago, even Israel Prime Minister has declared that even if America goes away from Israel, we will not go away from India. So they have declared. So look at this declaration. What is happening? The stature of the Indian state is going up. It is going ahead. And that is the reason why you see countries like Iran, which was earlier under sanctions, which we also voted against Iran, but they still are accepting our India's engagement in West Asia. They are not angry. They are not angry with India. That तुम्ही आमच्या अगेन्स्ट मध्ये वोट केला आहे. Subsequently, what they say is it was your choice. You did because you also have to survive. As we are under sanctions, you want to be beyond sanctions. You don't want to be under sanctions. So because we have faced a lot of problems in 70s, 80s, 90s, we don't want to repeat. When we were under sanctions, India's nuclear program, India's space program, and India's program for space missile program and nuclear program, all these three were administered without sanctions. Also they could survive. What I am saying is we also had intellectual capacity to make these programs survive. Although it took us late. आपल्याला जसं ऑनरेबल जयंत पाटील सरांनी सांगितलं की we were able to send 36 satellites. And how could we send is because earlier we could have done this onto our own feet. आपण स्वतःहून केले. We were not depending onto various states, and that is the reason why India is going to make a strategic rise into future times. And in this, we are not only the Americans are going to support, even the Europeans are going to come closer. The reason is they have understood that without taking support of India, it will not happen. And that is the reason why the Russia-Ukraine war is also playing a very important role. What important role? Like माझ्याकडे काही statistics आहे which also says that India is importing oil from Russia in cheap, and we have our own people, our own business people who are exporting those oil back to Europe. They are giving it back to Europe. They are getting money. This money, where it will go? It will to come back to the country. That is the reason why this epicenter, जे पूर्वी आपण जे क्लासरूम मध्ये बोलायचं की there is a shift, the shift is going to happen from west to east, from Europe to Asia. Where is the shift? The shift is going to happen with India. And why only India I am saying is because it is being said by around 2035 around, China will be aging. When the aging population begins, you require a lot of money, you require a lot of capital in order to see that the aging population survives. And thereby you see China, although it was in a dominating mode, they dominate the world economy, has slowly started looking towards the Indian rise, and this is going to have a larger effect. Look at the new situations. This is where I am talking. We are talking of a corridor called International North-South Trade Corridor, where the supply line will go from India to Bandar Abbas, it's in Iran. It will go to further Baku, further it will go to Novorossiysk, further it will go to reach Europe, and from Europe it will come back. So this is an ecosystem which is going to happen. And this ecosystem will survive. Why it will survive is because there are not too many countries which are involved. There are very few countries which are involved. And you also have to see that the logistics is going to play a very important role. Now, इसके opposite में जो दूसरा जो हम देख रहे हैं, this is what China's BRI is. China's Belt and Road Initiative is. It has done a lot of problems. What are the problems? What are the problems? The problems are basically that they have invested too much into countries, but the outcomes are not happening. And once the outcomes are not happening, if you delay the outcomes, the success rate of connecting to the world will not happen. You have to wait. Like what has happened with Sri Lanka? Sri Lanka did not know that COVID was going to happen, but the COVID happened, and the whole economy went to a standstill. There was a breakdown of the Sri Lankan economy. Wow. So thereby this BRI would be unsuccessful. And as I said, in order to be successful, you also have to further look at the situation. Look at this particular nomenclature called Indo-Pacific. Everybody is not talking about Indo-Pacific. What is Indo-Pacific? It is India and the Pacific Ocean. The Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. So these Indo-Pacific Ocean are going to play a role of harnessing the economics also. I'll just give one example and I'll stop. Australia wanted submarines to be bought from France. And when the France agreement was destroyed, it was said that France was not able to supply the number of submarines which Australia wanted. And it was supposed to be supplied now by America and UK. So these two countries have come together, and with the help of Australia, AUKUS is again a new trademark which is happening. Australia, US and UK. These are the three countries which have come together. So there is also some problems which are happening within Europe. Countries are not going to go together. They are also having conflicts. And in order to get to those conflicts, Indo-Pacific is going to be one of the most important game changer. And thereby you have to see, if we have to look at the 5 trillion economy, which I am proposing, then it will not only happen, it is desperate to happen. The reason is we are progressing with around 6% plus is a growth rate, and this growth rate will further be harnessed. The reason is the Americans are feeling, and त्याच्यामुळे काय होतोय की unless until this happens, the real rise will not happen. To end up, further I will say, look at the philosophical idea which Mahatma Gandhi at a point of time said. Like India's real rise will only remove the tears of each and every person who is there in the country. The rise is not about power. The rise is not about economics. The rise is about giving sole advantage to people. And this is where I'm sure there are a lot of other questions I will be happy to answer. A lot of people have left very yes. Thank you. Thank you, sir.